A night without stars. Have you ever felt like the light just disappeared from your life? Like every prayer was met with silence, and every answer you sought was swallowed by darkness? This is the dark night of the soul. It's not depression. It's not just sadness. It's deeper than that. It's a spiritual crisis, a stripping away of all illusions, a sacred unraveling. And if you're in it right now, know this: you are not alone, and you are not lost. Because in that silence, something sacred is waiting. What is the dark night of the soul? But also it begins to awaken, because the dark night is not punishment. It's transformation. It is the sacred fire that burns away what you are not, to reveal what you truly are. The term was first coined by the mystic Saint John of the Cross in the 16th century. He described it as a phase where the soul, once filled with divine light, is plunged into darkness. You cry out for help and hear no reply. You reach for meaning and find only stillness. It is a journey where God seems absent, where prayers feel hollow, where the old path no longer leads anywhere. The soul begins to shed its ego, its attachments, its comfort zones, and in that emptiness, it suffers. The silence that hurts. During the dark night, silence becomes unbearable. You sit in meditation and feel nothing. It is the space where your soul learns to listen beyond sound. And yet it is in this silence that the divine is closest, not in form, not in voice, but in presence. The silence is not absence, because the divine doesn't always comfort. Sometimes it breaks you to rebuild you, and this silence is not cruel. It is sacred. Asterisk, asterisk. Even when it feels endless, trust that something is shifting inside. What happens inside you? Let your soul speak in its own way. Your identity begins to dissolve. You question your beliefs, your purpose, even your sanity. You feel like a stranger in your own skin. But underneath all that collapse, the soul is remembering its truth. Of ego-driven dreams, it is learning to love without needing, to pray without expecting, to exist without control. In whispers, and one day, you will realize you never lost the divine. You simply lost the version of yourself that couldn't see it. It is letting go of borrowed truths, of secondhand spirituality. It is here, in the deepest void, that your spirit becomes fertile ground, and what will grow there is sacred beyond words. How to survive the dark night. 1. Asterisk 1. Surrender the need to fix it. Stop trying to escape. Let it be. 2. Trust the process. 3. Seek stillness, not answers. The dark night is not a problem to solve. It is a mystery to experience. 4. Write, breathe, cry, pray. 5. Remember, you are not alone. Many have walked this path and emerged transformed. The light does not return all at once. It returns in flickers, in breaths. Stories of those who walked through darkness. Many spiritual masters, saints, and awakened beings have walked through their own dark nights. Mother Teresa spent years in spiritual dryness, feeling abandoned by God, yet she continued to serve. Eckhart Tolle described his awakening as a collapse of identity that felt like death. Even Rumi, the great poet, wrote verses filled with longing, emptiness, and sacred sorrow. You move slower, but with grace you no longer seek the divine outside, you start to feel it within. A sunrise that touches something ancient inside you. Their darkness was not a failure. It was a passage, and if you are in it now, you walk among giants. Signs that you're in a dark night. It is the beginning of a new one. A sudden loss of meaning or purpose, not by answers, but by presence, and in that new light, you will finally understand. Live your essence. If this journey touched your heart, write the word Ubuntu in the comments. Feeling spiritually disconnected despite efforts, emotional numbness, or deep sadness with no clear cause. Subscribe. Share this knowledge with those you love. Every subscription and share strengthens our collective awareness, and together we rise spiritually. Old beliefs feel empty or fake, an overwhelming desire to be alone or withdraw, longing for something you can't explain. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of inner realignment. The soul is recalibrating to a higher frequency. It hurts, but it is sacred work. When the light begins to return, it doesn't come all at once. At first, it's just a breath that feels easier, a tear that feels holy. You start noticing the beauty in stillness, the sacred in simplicity. Your prayers are no longer questions, they become silent offerings. You speak less, but mean more. The sacredness of the dark. You don't escape the dark night. You walk through it, and when you reach the other side, you are not the same. You are quieter, softer, wiser. You carry light, not because you found it, but because you became it. The dark night is not the end of your path, a path lit not by certainty, but by trust. The silence was never empty. It was holy all along. Love is and always will be the truth. Awaken and remember who you are. Because when you write it, you acknowledge your light and step into a new path. This channel is not just a channel. It is a movement, a family of souls awakening. If you feel the call, join us, subscribe. Share this knowledge with those you love. Every subscription and share strengthens our collective awareness, and together we rise spiritually.